Hello, hello. Hi, my friend. Hey, Famita. I see you. Kinda. What's going on? Hi, Carrie. Hello, Linda. Hello, Miss Marion.
Hello, Lori. How are you?
I'm good. So nice to see you. Well, kind of see you.
I don't know how to turn my video on. I just came back from a bike ride, so I'm all sweaty.
Nice. You're going to like
How
this.
do I turn? How do
So
I
if
turn
you
video
go to
on?
your three dots at the corner of the one that's Marion Warren, you go to the three dots, you left click on it, and it says start video, I think.
Raise hand, chat, disconnect audio, hide
Or
non
on the
video.
very bottom, you could see stop video, and then you could start it. There's a little camera at the very bottom.
Allow Zoom to take pictures.
On the bottom, there you go. There she is.
Oh, do I ever look bad? I just took my helmet off.
This is the beauty of Zoom. Like, no one looks bad.
Okay, I think it's time I shut it off again.
Then I
So
can't
how are you?
face. I'm good. I just did a hike in Kamoka. It was really nice.
Oh, we did the trails. You can go back behind like King's College.
I heard.
Yeah, and
Lorene
they're building a bridge. They're building a couple of bridges back
they
there.
are, right? Yeah, Lorene was
Yeah.
bragging to me about your walk. So I thought, oh, I got to try to venture. We're so lucky. We have so many beautiful trails in London.
Well, I found a new trail this morning, and it's called Huron Woods Trail.
Oh,
And again, it's back behind. I used to run back there, but it was beautiful.
remember running? Never.
Yeah, my legs won't let me do that anymore.
Oh, I'm hearing you. My feet the same. Hi, Nancy C. Look at your backdrop. Oh my gosh, that is not a camera. That is your backdrop. Beautiful. Wow. Nancy, excited about yoga in the park? Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
Carrie, how come you're not outside?
Very good question.
You still
I
got,
still might go out there. I still might go out there.
you
My
still
husband's got something smoking on the barbecue, so it's kind of stinky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa, nice to see you. Well, kind of see you. Hello, Yang. Lee, Heather. Linda. Linda, did you get your air conditioning fixed? Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hi, Marianne.
Hey, Lori. How are you?
I am good.
Good.
I was supposed to go for my 4th ride of the year
Something wrong with
yesterday,
my
but
hair
the
plug.
weather had a better idea for me.
Hi.
So mad. Hey, Yang.
I just got back.
Did you go with Pat Drozda?
No, I went with other people. So
Is there anyone other than Pat Drozda?
Obviously not. Or obviously there is.
How are you doing, Pat? Good to see you.
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Good, good, good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. What else do we got going on? We'll get started shortly. Oh yeah, Nancy, good job. Who's your gardener, man? Look at all that. Is Pete the gardener?
No, I hired a professional, John C. Young, just landscape design. Did it all, made a whole backyard.
Wow, gorgeous.
Yeah.
So pretty. It's like your own little paradise back there.
It is. I have water running behind me, a little stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
water, eh? So peaceful. Nice.
it is.
Did your granddaughter try to go fishing in it?
She tries to go walking in it.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, so beautiful. Are you excited about our upcoming yoga in the park?
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I love doing it in nature, doing the yoga in nature.
So beautiful. I struck a tree pose in the forest. It was really nice. Jasmine's like, get on that branch and do a side plank. I'm like, yeah, no, you do that.
Yeah, you do it, then I'll do it.
I'll take a picture of you. It was fun.
I don't exactly know where I'm going in the park though, but
It's across the street from Shoppers Drug Mart in Byron.
okay.
So I'll send an email later with some details.
Okay.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. Oh my God. Sarah J. Chris.
Hi.
Hi, girl. Magdalena, Bonita made it. I just want to congratulate you because all of you in and out with over the past, 4.5 months, you've been pretty consistent. So, and we've been on every Sunday except one over the last 4.5 months. And thanks for showing up. It's very motivating for me. So selfishly, I will say that. So thank you. And good for you for practicing when you can. It's so important.
Okay.
I am gonna put you on mute right now. Mute all, and then I'll take you off later on because I always like to check in and see how you guys are doing. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Lori.
Okay. And then you can unmute yourselves as we go. So today we are going to our very, very basic breath. And we're going to be kind of doing some breath work today. And the idea of breath in yoga is what we call Prana Yama. It's actually one of the 8 limbs of Patanjali's yoga journey. And prana, when you break down the word Prana Yama, it actually means pra and na. And pra is the sun, the light, and na being that breath that energizes. And the interesting, and I love this analogy, and I'm just going to read it to you, that the sun is always shining even when we are not aware. And prana is always present even when we are not aware. So this energizes anything that we have giving to. And if you think about when you do energize with breath, when we practice it, it actually goes through the stages to shine light in a stable and calm mind. And what prana does is it's invisible. It's everywhere and everything in our breath. And it's the other thing about pranayama that I find really interesting, it's not confined to our bodies. So it's not something you can actually hold on to or cling to. It's something that we desperately need to live. And if you think about it that way, it actually gives us a relationship with a non-material thing, our breath, the most basic of our functions. Without breath, we don't have life. So when you can't cling on to something so vital, it's almost evidence that when we have a cling-free mind, when we have the ability to let go of material or feelings or things that are not serving us, it just reminds us that we do this every day when we breathe. We don't cling on to our breath. It just happens. So I think it's a really great lesson for letting go and feeling this relief of attachment. The Buddhists are actually very much about this, about non-attachment, non-clinging. And it's interesting how when we have our practice with breath, it stills the mind and it decides what parts of our lives are really important without clinging on to it, like relationships, like love, like the things you can't touch and feel. So as we go through our practice today, we're going to be working with our breath in a lot of different ways. And I just, explore with them. And just so that no one else is watching, probably. And if they are, they're probably farther away and they're not really caring what you're doing. So imagine yourself being on yourself, with yourself, and the thing that has you centered is your breath. So we're going to start with a really simple exercise. I'm going to just ask you to take a seat. So just take a comfortable seat wherever you are and arrive at your mat. So come to your mat in a full kind of way without really giving yourself much thought. And I'm going to also invite you to think about all the things that you had to do to actually get here. So if you had a beautiful bike ride, or you walked, or you went for a little jaunt, just allow that to dissipate, allow that to move away from you at this moment. Give yourself the ability to simply remain exactly where you are and draw yourself to the attention of what comes in and what comes out. And as you arrive physically on your mat, think of everything around you, the light that's maybe penetrating towards you. Think of the heaviness of your legs. And think of the length of your spine, that beautiful, incredibly complicated yet simple structure that allows us to sit upright and engage. As you release the tension in your eyes and your cheeks and your jaw, let it filtrate down in through your throat, your shoulders. Let your heavy arms be met with gravity. And if you can, at this moment, in your mind's eye, imagine holding a candle. And as we take a long, deep breath in and slowly blow the air out towards the candle, you want to make your candle flicker, maybe that flame wiggle a bit, but not let it blow out. So again, in your mind's eye, picture yourself holding this candle. Take a long breath in, a slow breath out. Long breath in, slow breath out. Regulating the ebb and flow of your breath. One more time, long breath in, slow breath out. And one more time, this time as you breathe out, feel yourself blowing that candle out. Long breath in. And then exhale, blow it out. Feel your belly deflate. Feel your shoulders come with you. And let your next inhalation draw your head upwards. Fingertips still stay on the ground as you spread the skin on your neck. Let your eyes flutter open. Keep your skull where it is, but just open your mouth. Open it as wide as possible. For those of you that have issues clenching your jaw at night, this is a really nice release. And see if you can stick your tongue out at the same time. And you're not pushing your head so far back that you feel your neck crunch. It's just back enough that you're holding it. And then just close your jaw. Let your head balance itself back onto your spine. And then just take a gentle twist in one direction. It doesn't really matter where. Reminding yourselves that here we are connecting with everything, everywhere, through our breath. Prana, Yama. Just take a slow twist to the other direction. Linger here for another moment. And then float yourself back to center. And then just walk your hands forward. Let your sitting bones draw themselves down. See how far you can get with your arms and hands without lifting your tailbone. Enjoy the length of your spine. Beautiful. And then just walk your arms out to the right side. Take your time. Like every time you're moving, you're just feeling the length of your spine. The flow to which you move is matched only with the breath that you breathe. And then float back to center. And then draw yourself to the other side, energizing through the ground, feeling lightness through your belly, floating yourself back to center. Fingertips are really pushing down now. As you lift the body up into tabletop, just round your spine and exhale. as you come into a big Halloween cat. And then drop your belly and look up. As you drop your belly, feeling a big cow drop. And then draw yourself back into that big cat. This time, when you do so, take an extra breath with the inhalation. Inhale and exhale. Round a little more. Keeping your toes curled under, pushing into the fingertips. Draw your knees off the ground and feel how that taxes your breath. So as you put more pressure on the body, so it's just a little pressure through the core, the breath becomes shorter. Drop your knees again, lengthen your arms, come into that long child's pose. And as you draw yourself to the earth, feel a lightness in the back of your body, and then draw yourself back into tabletop. Fingertips pushing down. You're no longer confined to the body. As you bring breath more into an opening, go ahead and take that spine and make it round again. Drawing your head down, curl the toes under, lift your knees off the ground again. Feel the effect it has on your breathing. And now take the hips all the way back and come into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, give yourself that ability to feel the ground with the heels. So just, I love pedaling the heels. It just reminds me of just how far we can go to feel good. It doesn't take a long stride. It just takes a stride. Beautiful. Can you bend your knees more? Can you exaggerate this so that when you start bending your knees, you start to feel a pumping of your breath? You can both at the same time. I see some of you doing that, or one at a time. As you move your body, notice how you rely on the flow of breath. Lovely. Now sit into some stillness in this downward facing dog. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your tailbone. Welcome the stretch in the hamstrings. And as you inhale, feel the breath go all the way up the spine into the tip of your tailbone. And then draw yourself back on your hands and knees. Bring your hands towards your knees. Bring your hands on your hips. Pause here. Inhale the arms all the way up into a very low mountain. Bring your fingertips together. And then just draw your hands slightly behind your head, coming into a small back bend here. Now, as you do this, if there's a little tightness in the lower back, bring your rib cage back over your hips. Good, stay here. And then draw the arms in a big circle. Feel the range of motion. Lift up again. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift. This time, when you bring the body over, you're going to take the hips to the heels. Draw your hands to the ground. Draw yourself back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees a lot. Look at the top of your mat. Walk, step, or jump forward into your first forward fold. Enjoy the knees bent so much that the spine becomes long. Imagine, I always like this analogy of a string of pearls hanging on a string. Make that every ounce of your vertebrae. Pause here. And then float the body halfway up. Go ahead and lift the tailbone up. Exhale, fold forward. Feel a depth in the legs. Now imagine as you stand deeply into the ground. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the legs. Energize the earth. Bend your knees. Look at the top of your mat. Take a step back and come into a high push-up or a low push-up. Stay here for a full breath. Now, keeping yourself strong on the left side, curl the left toes under, lengthen the right leg, and then just take a twist into a side plank. So we're just kind of opening up, exploring strength. As you use more muscles, oxygen is needed for those muscles. So we're trying to really feel the difference as we strain and use our body. Exhale, bring the hand back down. We're just going to take to the other side. Curl the right toe under, stay on your right knee, lengthen the left leg, and turn into a side plank here. It's a very modified, safe plank. Reach the hips a little higher. Notice as we get tense, we also drive a little bit of anxiety into our bodies. Let's train the breath to recognize the difference. Come back into a low push-up or a tall push-up, and then exhale, come into downward facing dog again. Inhale up onto the tippy toes. Now take a big lion's breath down with the heels. What happens to the rib cage when you do that? Notice it. Inhale, lift. Exhale. It's almost like it melts to the ground. Bend the knees. Look at the top of your mat. Send your right foot forward. Drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Draw your hands to heart center. And now as you push the heart forward, keep drawing length into that right hip in particular. And let's take a twist into the thigh here. So coming into a small twist here. As you inhale, lengthen the tailbone from the head. As you exhale, draw a little more into the belly to twist. Good. Release this. Come back to center. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot. Toe heel the foot away. Draw your arms forward and take a stretch for that back leg by drawing the knee past the toes. So just a deeper stretch in the back hip. Drawing breath to the body. Option to come down to your elbows. If you're warm enough, then you can do that. Otherwise, stay tall. And then walk the hands under the shoulders. Curl the back toe under. Lift the knee off the ground. Step in, forward fold. Beautiful. So you're a little wider in this forward fold. Push into the feet. Feel the length of the legs. Walk up the body halfway. Now notice what happens to the heart rate. So if you have any issues with blood pressure, you always feel a little lightheaded. Just notice that in your body. It's asking you to pay attention. Inhale, rise all the way up. Not confined to the breath. Open up and let go. Come into a small star. Fingertips are wide. Good. Bring your fingertips together again. Bring them to the heart. Exhale, come down. Forward fold again. Hands to the ground. Again, walk, step, and jump back into a high push-up or low push-up. Wherever you are, feel what it's like when you rely on that beautiful breath. Again, we're reminding ourselves that we have a relationship now with a non-material world. This is our breath. Exhale, wherever you are, downward facing dog. Go ahead and spread the armpits. Let's take that big fire breath again. Inhale the heels up. Exhale. Do that again. A healthy breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Look at the top of your mat. You're going to send the left foot forward now. Drop the right knee. Inhale. Rise up. Coming into that low lunge here. Draw your hands to heart center again. Now, when you fill your heart up with your hands, when it comes together, can you feel a lift in the chest? When you do that, you lengthen the spine, keep it long, draw it forward, and then take a twist to the inside of that leg. So just drawing the tailbone away. See if you could inhale, lengthen from the neck to the head, from the neck to the tailbone, and then exhale, you'll find a little deeper breath. Good. Flow back to center. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot again. You might want to toe heel that left foot out. Draw your hands forward and then bring your knee past the toes on that left side. So just opening up that right side hip, the one that typically gets very tight when we sit, reminding ourselves that prana equals the sun. Prana, our whole life, as it reflects in the sun, reminding us that the sun shines even when there's clouds, right? Hands down, curl the toe under, hands under the shoulder, pick up the knee, and then step forward, forward, forward. Draw breath into the body as we inhale, halfway up again. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knee, scoop the arms all the way up and around. Remembering, if you're short on breath, light in the head, you take your time. Just scoop up again, inhale, exhale, Now when we bring the arms together up high, let your fingers stay apart. Draw your shoulders into their sockets. Feel the belly come into the spine. And looking up, you're going to feel and energize. Imagine a big ball of energy. Keep it together. And then bring your hands together. And then just rub them close, close, close. Draw them to your heart. It's feeling a little warm now. And then lift it up again. Separate the hands again. Feel what's happening. This you can't see, but there's a pulse there, just like our breath. Take that energy, draw it to the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, coming through a flow here. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or jump back into your high push-up. Now you can go right to downward facing dog. You can come onto your knees if you want, wherever you are. Take a flow or meet us in downward facing dog. We can come to cobra or upward facing dog, but we all come to downward facing dog. Can you stretch the sides of your body more? Can you lift your tailbone higher? As you send your tailbone higher, add your heels to lift. Inhale, exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Bend your knees. Look at the top of your mat. Send your left foot forward. This time, right foot comes down. As you inhale to draw yourself up to warrior one, take your shoulders with you. Now we're going to take the arms, lift them to start, scoop them back all the way, and reach for the back of your heel. As you pretend like you're an ornament on a car, look up and be strong. Now both legs equally working. Again, feel the intensity and feel how it taxes the breath. Again, you have a non-material relationship here, and it's still being taxed, but we know it's our essence. Prana energizes whatever comes to. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax the face. Draw the body forward now. Keep it long. Hands come to either side of the foot. Pick up the back heel and step forward, forward, forward. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, whole body, let's go. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up again. Fingertips are apart, have a look up. We're going to do that energy surge again. Bring your hands together. Start to rub the hands. Drop them to the heart. Feel the pressure in the arms. Rub, 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 and then lift up again. And then let go. Feel that energy. Like the sun capturing itself between you. Bring that energy to the heart center. Exhale. Forward, forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Walk, step, or jump back into a high push-up or low push-up. You can take a flow or you can join us in down dog again. Wherever you are, float with your breath. Energize with your breath. It's there for you. Wherever you are, join in downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Look at the top of your mat. Send your other foot forward. Drop the back heel. Now pushing into the legs again. As you inhale, rise up. Feel the tension. Okay? There's something to be said about just recognizing the tension. Draw your shoulders away from you here. Maybe take a little inhale. As you exhale, swoop the arms back. Send the fingers to the heel. Feel the presence of energy. This is prana. This is something we don't see, we feel. Feel it fully. Inhale, rise up one more time. Warrior one. Now start to lengthen that front leg. Bring your hands to your hips and bring both toes forward. A pretty wide angle here. Take your hands to your pelvis. So I want you to hold on to the bones of your pelvis. They're like little lights. Take your thumbs, lift it, help it lift.
and then energize enough to speed up the process as you draw yourself down into a wide angle forward fold. The purpose of yoga is to still the mind, to see the contentness of the mind. See what parts are worth keeping and what parts are worth letting go. This is the energy you're after. Hands can come to the ankles. Knees can be bent. Lift through the tailbone. Welcome that a little more deeper. Bring your hands to the center again. And then just put a big bend in your right knee, lengthen the left. Now, as you move the hips back, lift the chest. You can stay here. It's a great stretch for the inner thigh. Lifting the tailbone will tantalize that stretch a little bit more, or energize this through hands to heart center. Options. Stay here for a full breath. You guys look great. Hands come back down, lift back to center, let the spine be long, and then walk over to the other side. So bend in the other leg, lengthen it, lift up through the torso. Hands can come to namaste. Totally up to you. Remembering, expanding beyond the physical is prana, the source of which is the self that is the source. Hands come back down, lift up, draw the heart forward. Yet absorb your breath fully. Inhale, exhale. Let's breathe with the twist now. Left hand right under your face. Pick up the left hip. Now as the right arm reaches out to the side, parallel to the ground, I want you to lift your tailbone higher. Lift your heart higher. And then as you take the arm all the way up to the back, pause here, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Now, if this is good for you, you're going to stay here. There's some options here. Take the arm that's lifted, your right arm, and bring it behind you so that the palm is facing up and you're tucking your shoulder in as much as possible. Now take the left arm, you're going to ask the heart to hold you, and just bring the elbow to the side, hold here, opening up through the chest a little more. Good, so you're basically holding on to one arm. You can bring both arms back. You can do namaste in reverse. You can do a lot of things. Asking the shoulders to open up. From here, drop the right hand down, pause. Now your left hand is on your back, palm facing up. And then take the left arm, so kind of do this in reverse, and extend it parallel to the ground. And then take the twist, like we did before. Keep the hips side by side. And then release. Come back to that forward fold. Bend your knees here. Sit the hips back. Bring your hands to your thighs. And you kind of have a sumo squat going on here. Okay? Toe heel a little bit in, just a bit. And you're feeling a little bit of length through the spine, but mostly that depth through that hip opener. Option. Bring your hands to your legs. That's fine. And then wherever you are, push into your feet to lift the legs up. Open up into a giant star. This is the one. This is it. And then reach back. If you feel any lightness in the head, bring your hands to your hips. Can you relax the breath enough that you feel the rise? Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the fingertips back together. Draw your hands to heart center. Remind yourself of the energy you've created. This is yours, all yours. No owner. Toe heel together or jump to center. Pause here. Nice. Let the hands float to either side and come into Tadasana. Bring your feet just under your knees, knees under the hips. Drawing breath to the body, feeling the energy here. Relax the face.
Now, options here. Looking to stretch the outside of the thighs. Hands to the center are going to make this a little difficult. Hands out are going to make it easier. Hands on the hip, even easier. Push deeply into the right foot, lift the left heel. Try not to shift your weight. Now, as you push down into the right foot, think of a giant taproot going beyond the ground that you're in, maybe miles downwards. This is the root of your tree. Find the foundation, feel the lightness, and then slowly lift the knee up. Pause here. You're going to stay in the foundation of this tree. From here, take the knee in and create circles or figure eights with the knee. So it's not a big balance movement, but it's a big balance movement, right? So not moving anything but that knee in that figure eight. And then when you're ready, pause, hold center, stay here, or lift the arms overhead. This is going to cause even greater challenge. Stay here, or take the knee out, bring the hands back to the hips, and then bring the foot to the toe, to the calf, or come all the way up to your thigh in tree pose. Now ask the body where the hands need to go to create that length, to create the space, to give yourself the ability to shift. Wherever you are, let go of the leg, draw the foot down, exhale the hands, and just move your body side to side. So that figure eight kind of movement with the knee is a big ask of the body. Your ankle's probably saying, what was that all about? And that's okay. You're going to find whatever works for you. Coming back. This is that, last week we talked about forgiveness. This is that time. Let go. Cling free mind. Arms wherever you want them as we move to the other side. I'm going to do hands on my hips. Push down into the left foot. Pick up the right heel. Now, when you push down deeper into the left foot, do you notice how that hip starts to align directly over the knee? That is alignment that'll help you balance. Inhale the knee up, pause here. And as you exhale, start to create that figure eight with the knee. Also kind of reminds you of just how movable that joint is, the one where the hip and the femur bone connect. When you're ready, pause, open the leg up, toe can tap down, can come to the calf, or you can bring that foot all the way up to the thigh. Now, the key here is to push the thigh into the foot into the thigh, and then find your variation of tree. And when the hands are wide, it makes it a little easier. The hands are overhead, there's more of a balance. Or your hands to heart center or the hips. Pause here for a breath. Exhale, don't blow the candle out. Wherever you are, release the foot, bring it back to center, toe down, reset back into Tadasana. Pause here. Exhale. Close your eyes down for a breath. As your hands come back to heart center, to feel and experience the breath that you have right now. Inhale. Exhale with little bursts of energy. Do that again. Inhale. Little bursts. One more time. Inhale. Little bursts. And release. Pause for a moment. If your eyes are closed, open them up. And just feel for a moment
If you're not already there, go ahead and come to the top of your mat. As we come through a flow again, I want you to be mindful of how much energy, prana, yama, is required to move through the flow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. And step or jump back, walk back in plank. Exhale, come down to chaturanga. Inhale, lift to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, reach up. Exhale, send it forward. Drop the back heel, come back to warrior one. You've been here before. Become aware of where you're from to know where you're going. Exhale, hands forward, hands to the ground. Step forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, through movement, thoughtful movement. Inhale, lift up. Coming through breath again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, feel this dynamic process. Exhale, step or jump back into plank. Flow down on an exhale. Inhale, lift to cobra or upward facing dog. On your next exhalation, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. On your next exhalation, step it forward. Look up, drop the back heel. Welcome your first warrior again. Find length here, strength. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the ground. Pick up the back leg, bring your hands to the ground, and step back into downward facing dog again. Stretching through the whole torso here. Again, bringing a little twist to the body. Draw your shoulders up, come up onto your tippy toes. Send your thigh bones back. Exhale, heels down, lift the toes. Good. As you come onto your knees, pause here. Exhale, come back to cat. And then drop the belly, look up. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Bring your hands under your shoulders if they're not there. And then uncurl the toes, send your hips to your heels, feel the length of your body. Draw your head to the ground and see if you can actually breathe and feel the vibration of your head to the ground. Inhale, exhale. Good. Push into your elbows. Bring your heart between your elbows. Interlace your fingers at the top of your mat. Okay, and then just draw your head between the palms of your hands. Now push deeply into the elbows, into the wrists. Start to instigate more in the shoulders than you think. Curl the toes under and then exhale the hips up. Now working to a little bit of strength and feeling how you can regulate your breath through your body. You can stay here. It's a lot of ask just to squeeze the muscles. Option, take the right leg, extend it to the ceiling. Option, kick that leg up and just take a little leap with the one foot on the ground. As you kick up, you're expending energy. You're changing the length of your breath. And then come back, dolphin. Pause here or come to your knees. As we move to the other side, again, use energy from either squeezing so tightly onto the shoulders that you find that they're so completely stable. Other option, lift the other leg and then just kick that leg up. As you do so, feel the change of your breath. I know my breath is becoming shorter I'm using my body to change my breath. Pause. Everyone come down to their knees, lengthen your arms, and slide the hips back. Come into child's pose, where we find our Mother Earth. This is the place that shows and feels the least anxiety, the least threat, because we are so grounded here. Take a few moments to simply breathe. Inhale. Exhaling slowly. And let your next breath draw you back into kneeling, back into tabletop. Pause for a moment. Go ahead and send your hips to your heels. I'm going to get you to kind of come back with the legs forward in staff pose. Okay, so just bring your heels down tight. Hands come to either side of your body. Push into the pads of your fingers and your knuckles. Lift the crown of your skull up to the sky and put a little space in each vertebrae. As you do so, draw your shoulders slightly back, right under your ears. Now pause here. And now release that. Okay, coming into a little bit of core work. Again, as we ignite the fire within us, it actually, it's like a bellow on a fire. It actually fires us up. So moving breath in a different way here. It's not big, but it's very powerful. Come into full staff pose. Now here's a couple of options. You can stay here. You can point the right foot. That's going to change the muscle composure of that foot. Or you can keep both feet pulling towards the calves and then lift the right leg off the ground. You got to push down into that left. Feel the belly, feel the quad, and then release that. Good. Again, other leg option, point the left toes. That's just going to change the composition of this. Okay, or push down into the fingers, bring both sets of toes towards the shin. Push down into the right leg, lift the left heel just slightly. Say hi to your quads, say hi to your hamstrings, say hello to your core, and then release. Okay, you're gonna do that one more time on each side. Why, Lori? Because it was so much fun. That's why. Okay, so right foot, fire it up. Option just to point the toe. Wherever you are, do the best you can. Option to lift that right leg again. Now, when you lift the right leg, see what happens when you point the toe. Things change. Try to stay tall. Flex the foot again. And release it. Good. One more time on the other side. Lift the leg up. Option just to point the toe. Pause here. You know your lower abdominals are talking to you here, right? Communicate. And then release the legs. Good. Take the knees into the body. Pause here. Lift the heart. It's nice to get this stretch from the back body. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Relax the face. Do that again. Inhale from that staff pose into a deep breath. Exhale. Good. Now keep the right foot where it is. Okay. And now draw it out to the side. Take the other leg, extend it forward. So right leg. So this is like a seated tree pose. Front leg is seriously straight. Fingertips lift up. Push down into the sitting bones. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn your sternum to the bent leg. Your hands will go with you. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right or to that bent knee and bring your heart forward. So it's just a dynamic kind of breath. option to draw your arms all the way forward. So keeping that long leg. You catch the breath as it collects upwards and then come back to center. Okay, and then switch sides. Bring the other leg long, the heel and the top of the thigh, fingertips to either ground so that long leg is forward. We'll inhale, lift again. Exhale, turn the body, the sternum to that bent knee. Inhale through the groin. Exhale to that knee and just take the body forward. You should be feeling a beautiful tug in the back of the right side or the long leg side. Can you release your jaw? Exhale. And then walk the body back up. And just bring your feet together. Come into this bound ankle pose, Bakatanasana, and just butterfly the legs. Just a nice way to lengthen through the hips, giving yourself some space, milking the joints, lifting up through the heart, and then releasing. And then just cross the legs, or if you want to sit on a block, go ahead. We're going to do a little more breathing here. So while we go into a lot of movement in yoga, mindful movement, I'm going to go through mindful breath. So 2 different types of breath. We did a little bit about that, Kapalabhati breathing. This is the type of breathing that ignites energy. So we'll start with that, and then we'll go to it's kind of like a buzzing breath. And then we're going to go into that slow, even breath. So starting with Kapalabhati breathing, it's basically an inhalation and then an exhalation in time. Now, the best part of this is when we use the lower abdominals to push through and with the diaphragm to push the breath out. So it's really using all of your abdominal muscles to help you push the breath out. So we'll start with that inhalation and exhalation. Just take a normal breath in, a normal breath out. One more time, in and out. Coming to that Kapalabhati breathing. Inhale. Use your belly, come in deep. Use your belly to push the air out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then just come to normal breathing. Now, sometimes you can get lightheaded just with that. So I'm going to give you enough opportunity to breathe in slow and breathe out slow. Breathe in slow. Breathe out slow. Continue to monitor the ebb and flow of your breath. And notice how you can take a very chaotic, powerful breath, something you don't even see, and how with the calming of a slow inhalation and a slow exhalation, we can regulate what we can't see. Imagine, as you know you can regulate your breath in this manner, how can we regulate anger, fear, judgment? When we can check in and notice and release, let it uncling to yourself. This is yoga. Relax your face, relax your jaw. And coming to a very focused place. Imagine again, candle you will not blow out. Notice the place and space that you occupy. Notice the place between your ears. Notice the volume of space around you. Create the point in which your body floats and your breath resonates through an open posture. Notice the density of space of your lower extremities. The meat of your legs, your buttocks, your thighs, your calves, and the architecture of your feet. Let every cell in your body be felt. Notice how your breath is everywhere. And yet, you can't hold on to it. You can't feel it. And like faith, hope, it is there. As you draw your next inhalation, draw your hands energetically back to center heart. And drawing your breath deeply in, we're going to exhale to one Om in the symphony, in the frequency, and the vibrancy of our Prana Yama. Inhaling and exhaling to Om. Inhale. Namaste. Come close.
Well, thank you so much. Some of you made it down to Shavasana all on your own.
Yay.
Yay. Well, I hope that you found your breath in a way that maybe you haven't before. Very interesting to think how much we rely on something we cannot touch, see, or feel, right? And when you look at it in that perspective, think of relationships that you have. Think of, things that you do hold on to that do we really need? This is a great time to consider that. So on that note, just to let you know, we're still on our Sunday mornings, 11:30. There's a good 30 of us that are still hanging out, so that's great. I did send out a newsletter yesterday with some news about a Northern Ontario retreat. I'm just taking interest right now, so let me know about that. And a lot of people still looking to do yoga outside. So I've opened up a Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. practice. If you're interested, let me know. And I'm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do a 30-minute fit fix. And we're going to be doing a squat challenge. So if you're interested in that, squats are amazing for so much pelvic floor exercising at its greatest. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you don't happen to be in my mailing list, just send me a quick email. I'll make sure that you are. That's it. That is your Sunday yoga. I look forward to next week and enjoy the rest of your day. Mwah.
Bye.
Just breathe.
Thanks, Lori.
Just
Bye,
breathe.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 On today. Maureen, you made it. Oh, good. Namaste. Hey, Ann. Ann, where are you located? What part of the city? You're in London, right? Yeah, thought so. You're on mute. I can't hear you. Thanks, Maureen. Which one was that?
Oh, hey, Lori. Yes, I'm in the East End.